Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. During the editing phase, I realized that I do not have the audio file for this video for whatever reason. So anyways, I was just introducing the video saying that in this video, I want to show my routine to redo my mini twist. And this is a style that I really like. I started doing it at the beginning of the year and I like it because of how easy it is to take care of it in the day-to-day life. Of course, the first step is to take down my current twist, and I do this by wetting my hair and applying some product. So now that my hair is wet, I am going to apply the product. It's this pre-poo, the aloe and coconut water detangle and condition pre-poo from African Pride, and I am going to be patient and undo my hair. It typically takes me like around 3-4 hours, something like that. So when I'm undoing my twist, I always try to be as gentle as possible, because since my objective is to retain as much length as possible, I do understand now from looking at the multiple videos in the natural hair community that actually the takedown process is super important. It is important because when I take down my twists, if I am not careful enough, this is the moment where I am going to break off completely my hair and not be able to retain any length. So what I do is I really take my time to wet the hair at the beginning, like I explained, and then using the pre-poo. What I like about this pre-poo is that it has a lot of slip, so you can really more easily detangle the hair. And I do it in a way that it is not too painful, because honestly I can still remember when I was younger and then my mom had to take down my braids, and of course she was doing what she knows, so it's normal, but I remember that it was kind of painful, but for some reason at some point you kind of get used to the pain. But now that I really am, let's say, gentle with my hair while not necessarily taking a huge amount of time, I realize how much there are actually alternatives to be able to detangle my hair in a gentle way, effective way, but that is not actually bad for my hair. Okay, so hello everyone, we are day 2 of my routine to redo my mini twist. Yesterday it did not take me only 3 hours to undo my old twist. It took me actually 5 hours, so I was quite off the mark, but now I know it. The second step is to wash my hair, and the first thing that I do to wash my hair is I detangle them. I detangle my hair by sectioning them, and then one section at a time. I apply the pre-poo that I showed you yesterday, then I finger detangle the section, and when I have undone most of the knots with my fingers to avoid breakage, then I go in with a brush. And this whole process, usually I would say it takes me 30 minutes maximum. I think so. I'm gonna check. First, I section my hair and I am very gentle. I take my time to undo the knots while separating, and I don't just rip completely my hair. I separate them like just gently. After doing my section, I then used the African Pride pre-poo to start finger detangling. I think other than for length retention, I really like finger detangling, because if I go directly with a brush after having my hair in mini twists for weeks, I will literally die of pain. So here, as you can see, I really take my time to separate the hair and to remove the shed hair, and then also undo the knot. Then I continue to rack my fingers in my hair until I can pass my finger through without too much resistance. Then I finally use a brush too, because I really need to make sure that I remove all of the knots and also all of the shed hair, because the problem when I do mini twist, and also just with I would say my type of hair in general. Like, it's not a problem, it's just a fact that when my hair sheds out, it tends to get strapped with my other hair and then it makes knots. The brush that I am using is a dupe of a Tangle Teezer. I really like this brush because it's not putting too much tension on my hair. It glides easily and it has a handle, because all of the Tangle Teezer, they don't have a handle, and like when you have products on your hand, it's so difficult if you don't have a handle for your brush. After brushing my hair, I redo, twist, and I do this for every section. And then this is how I wash my hair, because I just prefer to shampoo my hair into a twist because it avoids my hair to tangle again. Now that I'm done with shampooing, it's time to apply the mask, and I'm just using the mask from Sheer Moisture. Finally, once I'm done applying the mask, I just put on a plastic bag on my hair to trap moisture while I leave the mask on for about 15 minutes. So now I'm done with the mask, and I actually tried to use this cap. It's like a heating cap. I never used it before. I had to stop using it after like 4 minutes because it was hurting, like it was giving me a headache. I don't know why. So I think if I try another heating cap, I would rather try the ones that you heat up in the microwave and then it's not heating while on my head. Another thing that I really liked to use before was a steamer. We had one, but after some time, after I think 2-3 years of service, it stopped working basically. So I would need to buy a new one, but I still did not. Since today's the weather is pretty good, I could just leave my hair like this. So now the next step will be to rinse my hair, and then I will finally apply some leave-in, and I am using the leave-in from African Pride. I actually do like African Pride product from this series, like the Moisture Miracle series. I think they are pretty cheap. I couldn't find really cheaper product, but that have a good quality. I feel like when I use them, they have a rather good quality, so I like them and they are cheap. So here it's the leave-in cream, so coconut oil and baobab oil, hydrate and strengthen one. Another product that I use is also this moisturizer from Aphogee, so it's the keratin and green tea restructurizer. I'm really not a scientist when it comes to hair. The only thing that I know is that it might be interesting to add protein into my hair routine to help them keep their structure. I personally never really experienced having my hair not bouncing back to their natural state or something like that, but I feel like as a preventive measure, it's always good to use protein treatment. And here it's, instead of using a protein treatment, I'm just using a leave-in basically. Okay, so now I need to rinse my hair. I start by applying the product to every section while they are still a little bit damp. It's just easier this way to distribute the product. I don't want my hair to be completely wet because it's just a mess. Then I forgot to mention it, but I of course use a heat protectant because I'm going to do a brushing. I've never experienced heat damage and I am not going to start. I think I still have not yet found a brush that suits me to do a brushing, because the brush I'm using here, honestly, I feel it was not super easy to use and a bit difficult. Before I just used my Tangle Teezer, but the problem is that it is in a plastic that's not made for thermal style. So after some time the bristles tended to just deform and the brush ends up unusable. So yeah, I either need to work on my current technique to do brushing or I need to test another brush. Okay, so right now I'm in the last part of my redoing twist routine, which is actually redoing my twist. What I typically like to do when I have to redo my twist is first to separate my hair into the different rows. That way it's just easier. I do everything at once in the beginning, and what I do is I do first 3 big sections, and then those big sections I divide them into rows. I'm just not going to go too much into detail into how I do my section, but here it took so much more time to do my hair than what I imagined, so I gotta move fast. And typically what I do to see behind my head is I used a webcam that is put on a tripod. That way I can move the camera around my head and I do not have to move myself around the camera, which is really helpful. And then other than that, I also, so to see what is going on, I have my computer that is connected to the webcam, and then I also have a mirror behind me sometimes to help me. So let's start. I think it takes me usually around 1 hour 30. Let's see if that's true this time around. I think I did not realize before filming this video how long the entire process from taking down to redoing my twist takes me. Because in total, the entire process, with some breaks, I think, it took me like 21 hours, spread it across 3 days. Unfortunately, I think I deleted the footage where I do my twist by mistake, so I can only show a picture of the result. I think I could definitely improve my routine, like to be more efficient, and also because I have some issues, like one of them being that I think my hair tends to be a little bit too dry in general, and also my scalp is often too dry, and before the end of the week it tends to get a little bit itchy. And like my biggest problem is that I have way too many single strand knots, and I think I'm definitely due for a trim. But anyways, that's it for today guys, and if you liked the video, don't hesitate to like and subscribe to my channel.